Alright, guys, welcome to Dropping Dimes. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. Alright, guys, so tough news in the NBA. It came out today. It's kind of good news and bad news, alright? Start with the bad news, right? Bad news that happened today for the Brooklyn Nets, James Harden. James Harden played last night and playing against the New York Knicks. Played about 4 minutes. Missed the prior 2 games he had played. The Nets had played, right? Because of hamstring tightness. And left the court, didn't return back. Huge red flag. Get told today, via ESPN, James Harden is officially out for at least the next 10 days. Oh, man. Why do I say this is bad news, right? Because, obviously with the Nets, right? The Nets, they got so much firepower. Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, you got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, the whole nine, Nicholas Claxton. You already know, right? Well, reason why it's bad because James Harden has been your most consistent player for the Brooklyn Nets since he has gotten traded there. Kyrie, misses out because personal issues, sister's birthday, the whole nine, right? Politics, which I won't cover. We're not talking about politics on this channel. And, he's okay with it, he lives life, any other day. Kevin Durant hasn't played in about 2 months. Hamstring tightness. They want to make sure he's 100%. They want to make sure that, nothing happens to him, going into the playoffs. Because, by the ending of May, we should at least be able to have a better idea on how the playoff format is going to be able to happen. Well, with that being said, you really do have a huge question mark when it comes to with James Harden's injury because of the fact that this guy's been so durable, and if he's out for the next 10 days, is because of the fact that this hamstring must be really, 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 really bothering him because of the fact that this guy plays through anything. And he's not one of load management. If this was like Kawhi Leonard, I would be like, all right, cool, 10 days, he might need it. He might be, milking it or whatever. James Harden, oof, man. This guy lives, breathes, eats basketball, all right? This is his life, and he loves it, all right? There's a reason why he has been dropping 30 for the past 4 seasons, right? And now this layoff is definitely going to cost them the MVP. It's going to cost him the MVP because of the fact that, he hasn't missed any games. He's been very, very durable. And now, with him being gone, he was the guy, single-handedly, keeping the Nets at afloat around the top 2 to 3 seeds in the Eastern Conference. Now, with that being said, James Harden's going to be out, but here comes the good news. Kevin Durant is most likely returning back to the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday, tomorrow night. Why is this so important? Because of the fact that Durant has, like I said, he's been out for the last 2 months. And James Harden is being out with hamstring tightness or hamstring soreness or whatever it was, the hamstring injury. In comes Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant, in my fair opinion, is the main reason why the Brooklyn Nets have a strong chance of winning it all this year, all right? A super strong chance because this guy can pull up from 30, from 35, from even 40 if he really wanted to, all right? This guy's a bucket. He can shoot mid-range. He could drive into the post. He can do a spin around, fade away, whatever you want. This guy can definitely do, all right? He's a monster. He's a monster at 7 feet tall, all right? And you put Kevin Durant, along with Kyrie Irving, all right, that those 2 components right there can get you to the finals, if not win it all. You put Kevin Durant and James Harden, that will win you the finals right there, all right? But if it's just James Harden and Kyrie Irving, that's not going to get you a championship ring. Might get you to the finals, but might burn you out by the time you get there, all right? So Kevin Durant comes back on Wednesday. What does this mean? It gives James Harden a lot of time to recover. It gives him a lot of time to recover. He might not need 10 days. He might need 14 days, all right, just to play it safe. But if you have Kevin Durant there, he is a super premium insurance right there that if anything goes wrong, he could get you a bucket. He can knock down shots, this, that, and the third. And he makes everyone better makes everyone better because he's such a big, vile threat that they have to focus on him. That's going to leave others in easier matchups. Right, Joe Harris getting an easy 3-point shot wide open. All right, Kyrie Irving. All right, the focus is not going to be primarily on him because of the fact that Kevin Durant is such an elite player that, it's really him and LeBron and maybe Kawhi Leonard that belong in that top 3 echelon of best players in the league as of right now. All right, so Durant coming back is huge. Do I see Steve Nash putting him in excruciating minutes to start it off? No, because the fact that it's all about the playoffs. You go, in the regular season, just getting your groove, in sync with all the other players you have on your team. So when you go into the playoffs, there's not really much mistakes happening, if not any mistakes happening. All right, so really love what's going to happen with the Brooklyn Nets. As for James Harden, I really think that it sucks, but he might need it. This might play huge dividends in the playoffs. It might require that, he might have that extra gas tank, in the playoffs, as opposed to him burning out. Because there's times in the past he has burnt out because would carry the team, provide, like 60 to 70% of their scoring, whether it's passing or shooting the rock. But Durant being back alleviates a lot of these issues. Kyrie's in a flourish, right? His best buddy's there. I really do wonder, is Steve Nash going to put back DeAndre Jordan into the starting lineup or keep Nicholas Claxton? I know DeAndre Jordan is Kyrie and Kevin Durant's, buddies, but are they going to really do that move? That's something that I would like to see. Since KD's been hurt, Claxton has been in the starting lineup, all right? So we'll see what happens. But until then, guys, thank you for tuning in on Dropping Dimes, all right? A lot has been going on. We're going into the month of April, all right? Well, we're in the month of April. That means we only got about 2 months left. There's other storylines that have happened. Like, for example, I know that Drew Holiday ended up getting a 4-year, $160 million extension. So, love to see that. Drew Holiday and the Milwaukee Bucks, definitely are going to have a long marriage in the in the next 4 years. Hopefully, him and Giannis can get something going in Milwaukee. Because Drew Holiday, he is no scrub. And that big 3 of Holiday, Giannis, and Chris Middleton, that could do something right there. Could do certainly something, because Middleton is definitely not a number 2. He's more of a number 3. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's that news. Lakers, I know I haven't told you guys, but they got Andre Drummond. They also have signed Ben McLemore. Clippers ended up getting DeMarcus Cousins off of the free agency market. So plenty of stuff that's happening in the NBA. NBA is always in full effect, when it comes to news. And I will promise you guys, I will try to get as better and more persistent on keeping you guys updated with the NBA. Trust me, playoffs time, it's nothing like it. All right. But as of right now, Harden is going to be out for the next 10 days. KD is most likely coming back. And I can't wait to see that. I really can't wait to see that. KD is my favorite player. Love to see when he plays. Let's see what happens with the Brooklyn Nets. Until then, guys, I'm your host, Flavo Oriana. Thank you for tuning in, and please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys.